Welcome back. We got another. Well, this is a magnificent episode here. Who we got here? I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Willinikita, y'all know. They know who I am. Even though I'm.
You still been singing?
Oh yeah, I sang at weddings, whatever y'all need me at, funerals.
Hit a note for you. Gonna hit a note?
You know, I sang wherever.
He think he can sing over here.
Oh no.
Man, don't get me started, man.
That's Trey Songz right there.
Trey Songz.
Give my agent. Book me.
Your people call people.
I know that's real.
Book me.
That's what I'm talking about.
You the same people today, or you represent somebody else?
Man, they know who I am.
They already know what's going on.
They know who I am. They know what the F going on.
The dog. So, Willie, what you been up to?
Nothing much, just working. You know, we moving, so there's a lot that's going on. Just taking care of my son playing basketball right now. He's finna get ready to transition over to football, so that's mainly what I do with my son and making sure he doing what he's supposed to do. And
Right.
I always been so much of a loner anyway. I don't really go nowhere or do nothing, so that's about it.
Speaking of being a loner, we did the finale last season, and you had to. Well, you didn't have to, but you decided to get off social media. Why you decided to get off social media?
For me, social media, one, it was taking up too much of my time. And then I just don't like how people, like, I just see a lot of stuff going on that I don't like. And to keep from my eyes and my, mental being involved in it, I get off social media every year. Like, I was off Facebook for like 5 years, never logged in, deleted the app. Social media just ain't something that I just gotta be on. It's always been like that for me. But I don't like negative stuff, and especially when you around people that you know. You know, I like to try to stay positive. I'm not saying that I'm this go-go girl or something like that, but I do try to keep positive vibes around me. And when I see stuff like that, and I don't be wanting to delete people, because I done had people come up to me in Walmart like, you deleted me off Facebook? And I'm like, no, I just deleted my entire page. I never want to delete nobody, because if that's the lifestyle they feel they want to live, I'm not against it. I'm not against nobody's lifestyle. You do your thing, but your thing ain't going to intertwine with what I got going on. So I just get off sometimes just for a peace of mind, basically.
What do you do when you get off? What occupy your time? What takes that place?
Oh, my son and everything he got going on. And then I like to read, too. I read a lot. And people don't know this about me, but I hardly watch TV, like, ever.
For real?
Yes. I never watch TV. I read, and I just like to keep my mind abreast of everything that's going on. I look at the news every single day. I haven't been doing it, though, since my sister passed. I haven't looked at the news at all, because I just be seeing so much, tragic stuff going on. But
what kind of books you like to read?
Like romantic. I'm a romantic reader.
Romantic books.
Yeah.
You in a relationship right now?
No.
No.
Single.
Tell them to shoot their shot.
Single. Don't shoot your shot if you ain't ready for what. People always say, well, I ain't gonna say people because I'm a woman, men. Men always say they want this particular type of girl, and I'm really not trying to be that particular type of girl. I'm really trying to just be me and what I embody. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect, but I want a family. I want to get married. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to travel. And then when the pressure be applied, I think it's me too. I be choosing the wrong people, so I got to work on it. That's why I'm going to therapy, because I got to work on it. I be choosing the wrong people. I always been the type of person that like to, what they say, give people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, but that benefit done ran out, so yeah.
That benefit done ran out?
Oh yeah, it definitely has. I know what I want. I know what I deserve, so you just got to tap into that. And then losing my sister the way I did, I just don't have no time for bull. Like, I know my sister was probably one of the most loyal women that I have ever met. Like, hands down. She was everything that loyalty embodies. Matter of fact, when we was on the last show, she said that was one of her biggest things, like loyalty. And I totally agree with her. Like, loyalty is big because she was a very loyal person. She had her ways, and we all got ways, but she had her ways that some couldn't. I couldn't deal with it sometimes, but she was very, very, very loyal.
Speaking of Tiffany, rest in peace. What was y'all relationship like? Was y'all real close? Didn't talk a whole lot? Like, what was y'all relationship like?
Me and Tiffany relationship was a sister's relationship. Tiffany probably was, I can't even gonna say probably, Tiffany was the first person I loved before my parents. Honestly. Hands down.
Take your time.
I told y'all I was gonna cry. Yeah. Me and Tiffany was totally different. Two totally different people. Of course, like we supposed to be. The way Tiffany handled people, I never agreed with it. And that was most of the time the reason why we always fell out. I didn't like the way she let people do her. And then when it came down to our relationship as sisters, it was kind of like vague. It finally took us to sit down and me explain to her like what I expect from her as a sister, and she, let me in on like, I don't be like that. That's just the way I am. And I had to realize what type of person that she was. Me and my sister honestly never fell out because of me. The last time we fell out because of me. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to apologize to her for however she felt about the situation. Or whatever. Doing something I ain't had no business doing, bottom line. Unknowingly. But my sister was everything, honestly. My son loved her like she was his mama, And it's tough. Honestly, it is.
Man.
It is.
Can't go to the next question. I done forgot my next question. Hold on. Oh, with the way she died, like, there's a lot of stuff going around. Like, ain't nothing telling how many different stories.
Right.
Like, from her sister, a family member, what actually happened?
Okay. I had just talked to my sister, like, all day, because it was my son's birthday weekend. And, to me, it was just strange. All of us was out of town. All of us, my mom, my son, and my dad had the same birthday. So, my dad and my mom was out of town as well. And people saying my sister ran up in the club trying to shoot the club up, all this extra stuff. That's not what happened. First of all, y'all know the story. So if you know the story, I'm trying to figure out why nobody been down there to tell the people what the story is. Because from my understanding, the information that I'm getting, everybody that was seen on the camera has been, everybody that was seen on the camera when my sister pulled in the club has been spoken to, but nobody want to say nothing regarding my sister deal. But everybody loved my sister so much, per se, but nobody don't want to say anything. So if you don't want to say anything to the law enforcement, why are you even talking? But how do you justify shooting someone multiple times? The cause of death for my sister was multiple gunshot wounds. That was the cause of death. How can you justify shooting someone multiple times that never shot you, never shot at you, never pointed a gun at you? The first time y'all shot my sister, she fell. So why keep shooting?
What did the first
But they
shot
justifying it.
What the first shot hit?
From the back.
From the back.
But y'all justifying it, and y'all hate my sister guts so much. I always told her that. None of these people around here loved you, cared about you. None of that. They love what you could do and what you entail. Period. But y'all want to justify, I don't care who go to period. I don't care nothing about that. One thing I knew is when it came about, nobody was going to stand up for it. Because y'all hated her guts deep down inside. Deep down inside, y'all hated the girl because she didn't care what y'all thought about her. So I knew nobody was going to really stand up and say, you know what? That's wrong for death. That's wrong for death. That's wrong for death. She fired a warning shot. They gunned her down like she was nothing. Like she was nothing. The first shot that hit Tiffany, she fell. And they kept shooting her. How you justify shooting somebody 22 times?
She got hit 22 times.
22 body shots. How you justify that? You tell me.
Oh my God, I ain't know what that meant.
Who shot her? The security?
You tell me that. How do you justify it? But one thing for certain and two things for sure. They want to make it all about my sister and her relationship. That had nothing to do with her death. Yeah, the incident that occurred in the club. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but who I blame.
You ain't gotta drop no names if you don't want to. That's strictly up to you.
But at the end of the day, that's wrong for them. But y'all got people coming in the club with guns every day. Y'all do nothing about it. Y'all let them come in the club with the guns. People able to pay y'all extra money to come in the club with guns. Altercations study happening at the same club. Nobody doing nothing about it. Y'all laughing like it can't be y'all folks. It's a joke like it can't be y'all folks. You think I thought that my sister was gonna die like that? Like that. My sister hated going to the club. She hated pure. You really think somebody wake up and just, your sister got killed? Your sister just got shot. My sister, of all people.
How'd you find out?
Somebody called me on the phone. I had been asleep. I was sick. I don't know if I had, but I know my bronchitis. I got bronchitis. So me and my son, I had my son a sleepover in Birmingham. And I had took them skating, took them swimming. I was talking to my sister all day long because I was going to cancel my son's sleepover because I was so sick and I didn't want to be around, the kids and stuff, and I was sick. My sister was just like, no, don't cancel his party because I know that's what he really want to do. If you need help doing anything, just let me know. I talked to my sister all day long, literally all day long. FaceTime all day long. Then I finally said, well, Tiffany, I'm going to lay down because I don't feel good. I just couldn't get my body temperature right. So I just laid down under covers and I end up, they said my phone had been ringing, but I didn't hear it. So I'm laying there, so I'm like, God, my phone finally, I looked over at the phone, and it was my friend D. Well, D always called me. Only reason why I answered the phone was because D always called me when he come from the club. And I know he be drinking, so I always talk to him all the way home until he make it home. That's the only reason why I answered the phone, because I was sick. And when I answered the phone, I said, what you doing? And he was like, where you at? And I was like, I'm in Birmingham with Keyshawn. Why, what's up? And he was just like, Tiffany just got shot. And I literally it's like the world completely stopped, y'all. When they say that happened, it definitely happened. I didn't even know what to do at that point. One, because I was so far away. I wasn't that far away, but it was like an hour or so before I could get here. But everything literally just stopped, and I did not even know what to do in that instance. I didn't know what to do. I always felt like I was my sister's savior. But I just knew this. I really didn't even know if I could save her at this point, because I didn't know she was dead, but I just knew she had got shot. And I was just thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to save her. I don't know if I'm going to be able to help her. Because I knew it was going to take me an hour or so to get here. I didn't answer the phone for nobody my whole way here. People were just calling me on Snapchat. My brother was calling, my mom was calling, my dad was, everybody was calling my phone. And I didn't answer my phone until I got here. And I went to the wrong hospital. I went to Stringfellow. She went at Stringfellow, and I went to Regional. When I got there, they had the hospital shut down. The man said we couldn't get in. And I was just like, well, what's going on with my sister? And he was like, well, we can't tell you nothing right now. So we sat up there for a little while, and then they finally came out. And I still didn't see my sister till that next week, that Wednesday, when they went and picked up Ida from Huntsville. We never got to see her that day. But when I did see it, it was just so gruesome. I knew they didn't want us to see her like that, because it was just gruesome. And it's like she had kids. People have no regard. They have no regard for her kids. She don't have little kids. She have kids. That's older kids.
Yeah.
And people were sitting, somebody recorded my sister laying out there in blood, and they sent it to her kids. Like,
they sent it to her kid?
Yes. Is this your mama? Like, people have no regard. And that's one of the reasons why I've always been like I am. Like, I don't, not necessarily I don't deal with people, but I stay to myself. Because I never would have want my son to open up a message like that. And he see me laying up like that, lifeless. Mm-hmm. She was dead at the scene. Everybody knew that. Everybody that was out there knew that. So why would you record it? And then the person, my friend. If that's what a friend, if that's what type of friend you is, you never was a friend. You never was a friend. Who would do that? You be so distraught in that instance when you find out something of that manner. Mm. Your phone is not even something. I got messages still. People were messaging me from the day my sister died.
Just checking on you and stuff.
That I never even, and it's not that I'm acting funny with nobody. It's just so much. It's just so much. Yeah. Some people, my sister had friends. I've heard so many stories. People that paid to bury my sister. They did this, they did that. Lies. The people that showed up for my sister was her friends. They showed up. They asked me. I'm asking them what I need to do. What I need to do. Can you do this? Can you do this? What I need to give you. What I need to do. And every one of them said, nothing, Willie. Don't worry about it. I got it. Caroline Wheeler, she one of them, showed up to my door. Food, everything, I got it. Miss Thea Ashford showed up. What you need to do. Don't worry about it. I got it. Them the type of people you call a friend. Nobody did nothing. Nobody did nothing. We asked nobody to do nothing. Nothing. That wasn't family. We asked nobody to do nothing at the end of the day. And I just know it's just how people is. We don't care about what her husband do. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Whatever he got going on, that's his business. I don't care about him. Nothing he got going on, I don't care. My sister is at Maple Grove Cemetery. I don't care about nothing that he got going on, had going on, whatever had going on. All I ever cared about was my sister. And I wanted the best for her as a sister. Do we always agree with what they do? No. My sister was married. I wasn't gonna get in her marriage. I wasn't finna fall out with her about that. It was already a strain growing up and having and being around the type of people that we had to be around to even try to have a relationship. Our family is dysfunctional.
Was y'all close growing up?
What?
In the same household?
Yes, very. Yes, we was. We all we had, for real. My sister was literally everything. And I really don't even know if she knew how much I really did love her. I tried to show her, you know.
Right.
But, no. All that about my sister shooting up the club and all that never happened. She never made it in the club. She never made it in the club. Her body posture shows you she crawled that far. She was shot everywhere you could possibly name. Head, neck, back, stomach, arm, leg, chest. How you justify that? How can you justify that?
So is there anything going on with it now?
Oh yeah. It's at the grand jury now. But I got my own thing going on. Because that's just not going to happen. It's just not going to go down like that. Like, you can't possibly think that was okay. That's what I can't grasp. How do people feel that's okay? Like, I don't get it. As many altercations y'all want to say that because it's my sister, because it's Tiffany. It's okay. Like, oh well. Like, how do you feel? You got to be a different kind of. But you know what's so funny? That y'all sisters going through the same thing that y'all say my sister going through. I would be worried about my sister dead. Gone. I never see again, never talk to again, nothing. I would be worried about trying to fix relationship with my sisters, making sure my brothers and my sisters was doing everything, and they had spouses and that loved them and cared about them. My sister gone. What benefit are you gonna reap for still bringing up her situation and what she had going on? Oh, I got a girl. Okay, that's it, big. I don't care. Never cared about him anyway. That ain't nothing new.
You got any regrets? Like, I know you said y'all fell out, but you apologized to her. I know you feel like you made it right. Y'all got your relationship back, like, on course.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you got any regrets, anything?
Oh, yeah. I felt like I'm stubborn. Bad. I don't think I hold grudges, but I'm just stubborn. When I be done with people, I be done. It's a lot of times I feel like I should have reached out to my sister because the stuff that we used to fall out about used to be stupid.
Petty shit.
Yeah, petty. Petty. She being her, I'm being me. I don't like what she doing. I say something to her about it. We fall out. Every time. But that's because I cared about her so much. And I hated some of the stuff that she, did. I always used to tell her, stay off Facebook. These folks don't care. Stay off it. And Tiffany was strong-willed, strong mind, strong head. Like, we almost fell out at the podcast last time.
Yeah.
That girl was a mess. You hear me? Yeah. She is sitting up here the whole time pushing my leg. Like, I'm looking at her like, girl, I'm not finna be quiet. You know how I am. You know how you is. We shouldn't even came on here at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. Because that's just how both of us were. We both strong-willed people, strong-willed women. But she was a good woman. She was. It was just our personalities used to, But it's mainly because I love my sister. Like, I didn't like, some of the stuff that I used to hear, like people that she called her friends used to be talking about her, telling her business, and I just didn't like the fact that she confided in them so much more than she felt like she could confide in me. And I'm like, I'm your sister. Like, I got your back 100%. Like, I'm never finna let nobody do nothing to you, against you, or nothing like that. But I don't understand. I never understood it. It was always like she felt some way, but I never knew what it was. But I always had her back 100%. Anybody that know me knew that. Like, I love my sister with everything in me. Still do.
I seen, I ain't know Tiffany like that for real. Like, I knew it, but, just coming and going. Mm-hmm. I seen when she passed, a lot of people, was showing their love for her, was saying, expressing how real she was, how good of a friend she was. Mm-hmm. So do you feel like most of that was just fake love that she was getting back?
A lot of it was. And I'm not even on Facebook. It's just, I knew who my sister's genuine friends was. Mm-hmm. I knew it. The people that really, some of the stuff that people did, when my sister passed, I ain't never heard a word about it again. But I knew my sister hardly had any friends. Like, I used to try to tell her, girl, I'm your best friend, for real. Mm-hmm. But Tiffany just loved entirely. The way she loved people, man. Ooh-wee. It was just hard. Bad. I'm talking about she loved people hard. I couldn't go to my sister's house. She had a house full of kids. Kids coming and spend the night. Like, she just loved entirely too hard. Entirely. I thought I did, but some of the stuff that I knew that my sister did, like, I just would never even fathom. But it was all out of love. Everything she did was out of love. She just never got the real, I don't never feel like she really got that true love back. I never felt like she did.
Do we ever, though? Do we ever?
And it's hard. You know, a lot of people are raised on, it's a difference in people being raised on love and people being raised on survival. And you honestly can tell the difference in the two. Who was raised on love and who was raised on survival. You can tell the difference between the two. And I know, without a shadow of doubt, the way we love people, we was raised with love. We loved each other. As siblings, we loved each other. So,
far as you can see, how did the kids take it? Well, I know they took it bad, but
I think that's the hardest part for me to grasp. Just them not even really understanding that this ain't even an inch of what they finna have to deal with, you know?
as far as growing
living life without their mama, because she was always there for them for everything, you know. And my niece, she gonna get married one day. She gonna have kids. She going to prom. She gonna go to prom. She gonna do a lot of first things. She real good in sports. My nephew gonna get married, graduate high school. Like, this is stuff that I know they don't even understand. And that's why we wanted to, like, I wanted to get back on Facebook and tell people, like, leave them alone. This already enough that they have to go through that with their mama already being so, you know, popular. I don't even like to use that word because that's so childish. Like, it's already enough for them to have to go through. Get on with all that fake love. If you knew you wasn't a friend to my sister for real, get away from around her kids. And I'm not going to say it now another time. You know who you is. Get away from around her kids for real, because she dealt with enough of that. They don't need that. Reaching out, if you ain't reaching out with pure intentions, go on with it. For real.
You mentioned you in therapy. Was that since she died or before?
That's since she died.
Okay.
I always felt like we both needed it. But, you know, in the African American community, therapy is always associated with being crazy.
Right.
I don't understand that,
That's
but
what people think when you say that.
yeah, but it's a lot of stuff in the African American community that does not get talked about. It's a lot of stuff that does not get talked about. It was rough growing up. It was rough. It was rough for a lot of people growing up. But growing up as a woman is rough in the household with another woman. And we had our mom and our dad. Our mom and dad was married. But it's rough growing up. And as African American, if we see our kids need therapy, or you see something in them that doesn't seem right, you need to get them help. Get them help. My being in therapy has really gave me the platform that I need to just express a lot of things that went on in my childhood that I ain't never forgave myself for. Things that happened to me that I didn't have nothing to do with. I didn't do nothing to you know, to cause it to be done to me. Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes on that we don't talk about. We don't ask our kids about. And my therapist is Mr. Eric Avery. He located right over here on, is that right before the high school, not Woodstock, but the street, Layton Avenue. He located on Layton Avenue, and he is a pastor as well. So that's another part my therapy that I'm tapping into, like the spiritual part of dealing with, you know, my sister. Because that's the first, like, my grandma passed last year, but my sister's death was really like the first death in our family. That was just like a hard hitter.
Yeah, hit home.
So, yeah, it's a lot. And I want to encourage anybody, if you're going through anything in your life and you feel like, use the insurance on these jobs for more than just going to get your teeth fixed, your breast done. Get some therapy, get some help, because there's a lot of reasons why relationships don't work, friendships don't work, because we do have stuff that we dealing with. Nobody's perfect. We have stuff that we dealing with that I know my sister suffered from, like, mental problems because of stuff that we went through. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted us both to go to therapy so that we can be able to be better women. People always say, oh, she thinks she's better than people. Why not? why not think you better than the negativity, the drama? Because I don't be around people, I don't go around people. I say to myself, I don't think I'm better than the club. You want to go to the club? Go to the club. That's your business. But don't make it seem as if I think I'm better. Well, you know what? I do think I'm better than the negativity. I do.
You supposed to think that.
I'm definitely better than it. So I don't bask in it. And anybody that's basking in negativity, I don't want it around me. I don't want you around me. So I guess that's what made me become a loner.
Is that situation, you know, the past, what drove you to go to therapy? To just go ahead and say, I'm going to go and do it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yes, I knew that without, it's like, you know, how growing up, you don't really have people around you that you feel comfortable talking to.
Right.
Even family. You don't feel comfortable even talking to your family, and that's sad, you know, about stuff that you're going with. They always, like I said, in the African-American community, it's always associated with you being crazy. Girl, ain't that wrong with you. It is.
Not to cut you off, you can't trust everybody with your business.
Exactly. This is, my sister Del is a prime example why you can't trust people with your business. Prime example. Like, they want to flip it and fold it 110 ways. Or how they see fit to what's coming out of their mouth, something that does not even pertain to them. That's tragedy. That's tragic. No matter what you may have thought about my sister, who she was, that is a tragic loss. Like, for anybody, anywhere in the United States, that's a tragic thing to have to endure somebody. There's a lot of people in Anderson that have, but people be so more concerned about how it happened, what happened. Did they say she did this? That does not even matter. You talking about losing a mother, a sister, a mother before anything. Kids growing up. We already got too many kids that's growing up without fathers in the household. Barely a mother in the household. But just so you lose your mother abruptly like that and having to be waking up out of your sleep for someone to tell you that your mama will never exist again, that's tough. That is tough.
Can't even explain that.
You can't. I couldn't even tell my own son. I could not tell my son that his auntie was deceased. I couldn't tell him.
That's like one of my biggest fears, being taken away from my kids.
Biggest.
Can't do it.
You know what's scary? You can't control it.
You can't.
Nah.
And
So one day it's gonna happen.
That's one thing about me. I've always been in tune with death because I know it's a part of life, and I know that it's something that has to happen. But when it happens so abruptly like that, and in the manner that it took place, it's just like, how do you tell somebody this is it? I cry for my son almost every day. I cry for her kids almost every day. Just knowing the circumstances. She may not have been anything to a lot of y'all, but she was somebody's mama. Tiffany was really somebody to know. That's undeniable. Like, she really was.
I know when I called you, you said you was already thinking about reaching out
I
to her
was.
that day.
Same day, because I don't even get into the drama. I do not. Anybody know I don't get into drama because I'm going to live my life and I'm going to do what's best for me and what suits me. I don't care what people think. They can think what they want to think. I've always been a self-absorbed type of person. Like, it's all about what I got going on around. My mom always used to tell us, build a family that you're trying to build for yourself, and the rest going to have to fall by the wayside. That's how I am. My son, my family, that's important to me. Period. And that's the way it's supposed to be. But it was just too many stories. Like, come on, y'all still going on about this. Tiffany almost 6 months in the ground. Like, y'all still going on about who's sleeping with who. Does that even matter? We don't care. Let me just say it. I'm looking dead into the camera. We don't care. We don't. Her kids don't want to hit it. Her kids don't care. We don't care. We wish circumstances could have been different so my sister could still be here raising her own kids. We don't care about that. All I care about is doing what I got to do to help raise my niece and my nephew. Being a better mother to them and to my son.
When did you know you was ready to talk about it? This your first time talking about it?
Yeah, beside my therapist.
When you knew you was ready to talk about it on this type of
Because I really got tired of hearing a lot of the drama. Like, it's like, I don't go nowhere. So it's like when you go somewhere, you finally just say, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere. Like I said, I'm a loner, so I go pretty much places by myself if I'm not with my son or when I was with my sister. And when you start going places and you just hearing so much stuff like, who made this up? Who came up with this? That's what I be wanting to know. Who came up with this? Do y'all really sit in y'all house and worry about who's sleeping with who? I don't.
It ain't had nothing to do. That's usually how I go.
Like,
Yep.
oh, this one did that. This one did.
Because I done heard. Now, when you said 22 shots, that's the most I heard. I done heard 6, 8, 9. I think I heard 12 one time, but I never heard 22. And all it takes is one person to be, and after that is they said.
That's just like
what they said.
When we was in kindergarten, they started the story at the top of the line, and by the you get to the end of the line, the story totally different.
Yeah.
Somebody done left out 1 or 2 words, or they done switched Jack name to Joe.
Mm-hmm.
This the prime example of that. Because nobody never said, see, we talking about what when I speak facts, okay? I'm talking about what the reports say. The examinations say. The death certificate say.
Mm-hmm.
Not what Kiki said or Shishi said or BB said. No, we talking about what the paperwork, the autopsy examination say.
The black and white.
The black and white. That's what matter. You folks out here saying all kind of stuff.
Do you feel like y'all got a chance to grieve properly with all the, like you saying, all the mess, the drama that was going on around it? You know what I'm saying?
Only way I didn't feel, honestly, I don't tap into drama. Honestly, I really just started hearing it. That's why I really wanted to reach out to mine. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like I got a proper process because it all hit me like a ton of bricks. In all honesty, it was like she was gone and then I got to bury her. She always said, if I go, you send me up out of here. Honestly.
That she used to tell you?
Yes. So I just knew it was my duty to make sure my sister got buried. So I didn't have time to. I was so grateful. I was so grateful for her friends that did come and say, what you need me to do. And I still try to give them money. Just tell me what you need. Don't worry about it. I was grateful for that.
You saw the real friends.
Man, people act like it's something wrong with you taking. Like, come on. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Like, come on. These people came to my door and said, look, Terry Lane Wheeler, I'm telling you, that was the most stressful part, and she handled it. Like, that was the most stressful part. It was finding someone to have a funeral because I knew it was going to be a lot of people there. Most of the churches were closed down because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So, trying to find someone. Anderson High School was like, ooh, it was so high to have that in the high school. It was like in the thousands. I would not know. And the City Meeting Center was booked up. So, it was just trying to find somewhere to have it. My cousin, Melita, she ended up getting it at the center for us, paying for us to have it at the center, which was still kind of expensive. The food, y'all just don't understand. Like, it was so many things that I hadn't even thought about. I was mostly thinking about, like, I got to get her clothes on, make sure she got her clothes on right.
Right. The stuff ain't nobody else think about.
But it was other stuff that I had not even thought about. And then when people showed up like, Willie, what you need me to do? I got it. Don't worry about it. And everything was just laid out. Like, I hadn't even thought about that. I just knew how my sister was. And I was just like, I cannot let her go out of here. Because I know how she is. Mm-hmm. Like, all that stuff really mattered to her. Not, oh, she thinks she better than people because she started acting funny when she got her body done. What y'all mad for? Like, she looked good. She did. Like, people just want to find any reason to hate. It's just sad. And hate is a word that I really hate to use. But it is very fitting for this
Yeah.
situation. Like, stop it.
Are you gonna do something to like make sure her name, her legacy live on?
Only thing that I'm doing is for her birthday. I'm doing her headstone memorial thing. I have not been to my sister's grave since February. I can't go out there.
Can't do it.
I be sitting out there for hours. And I just said, you know what? It's hard. It's really, really, it's like you never imagine having to sit there and talk to somebody. And it's like, I really felt like a lot of times, what am I doing? Like, it's really like, I feel like it was nothing there. But then, my therapist like, well, is she there in spirit or whatever? But I haven't been out there. The last time we had to go to Huntsville for my son's game, and my son rode past there, and we instantly both started crying. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and that's all I want people to understand. Like, this is a hard process. It really is. No matter what you may have thought about her or may think about the situation, there's no way you can justify that. There's no justifying it. At all. And it's like, people be so cool with being mean and being just rude. Like, but yeah, for her birthday, July 27th, I'm going to do, lay her headstone and all that. It's going to be like kind of like a little memorial service to lay her headstone and everything. And I just know that's
like a family thing.
I mean, you want to come, you can come. I send it out to the people that need to be there. You can bring you, if you would like to, televise it if that's what you want to do.
I wouldn't, if y'all be comfortable with that, I wouldn't volunteer.
Yeah, that's fine. I know that'll be my last time out there, so.
You don't like it?
Oh yeah, I won't never go back out there.
It's still too hard.
It's just like, that's gonna be like the icing on the cake. I can't walk up and see my sister's face like that.
Now you said the gravestone?
Yeah, the headstone, the laying of the headstone, and the presentation and all that. I'm gonna do a presentation like for her birthday, but
is that like y'all get it like painted? You know how they doing? They get like pictures, not pictures, but I don't know how they doing it, like a painting or something.
You talking about the little paint, the thing that they laid? No, her actual headstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can't. I call my sister every single day, literally. I know I used to get on her nerve, but I just talk to her every day. It's a lot of times you want to text, call. It really just ain't nothing you can do. I guess it's a part of life. I knew it was a part of life, but I just never see. It'd be so weird. Sometimes I just go to her obituary and I can literally see my name. And it just feel weird, like, why my name in the obituary? Like, it be weird.
You think death can be avoided?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You think, like, you leave and go somewhere, then you get in a car wreck and you die. You think if you would have stayed there, say you leave a house, you get in a car wreck, you die. You think you would have stayed at home, you'd still be living?
No. I want that to happen. I would want, because it was so weird for all of us to be out of town. Literally. The only person who was in town was my aunt. Mm-hmm. My aunt and my cousins, Tomasia and my cousin Keisha, they came through. My cousin Terrence came through, helped in a major way with everything, taking care of my sister's funeral and everything. But death cannot be avoided. To me, it's just like, why? The why. I ain't prayed for a long time. I think I may have been kind of upset with God.
Start the question.
Yeah. My sister young, vibrant. I never saw my sister again this happening to her. I always used to think my sister would die in a car accident because she was a terrible driver. Terrible. Like, she was not even a fast driver. She was just one of them people that just did not pay attention to the road at all. And I used to be on the passenger side cringing. Mm-hmm. And she like, why you doing all that? I'm like, girl, you finna hit these folks. She was a terrible driver. To me, she was. But
she got you there.
Oh, yeah. she got you there in the fast way. But
that's how he used to drive.
Hey, cuz, don't talk about my drive.
Man, I'm talking about scary. Like,
did you die?
Did you die?
Damn near.
Did you die?
It was close to any kind of.
I swear you be over there just stomping on the ground.
Yeah,
like,
you press the brakes for Come on, man.
Like it's really gonna stop the car.
Yeah.
You be hoping.
You can't even hit
back in and ride.
Oh no.
Seatbelt on tight.
Tight. Why you doing all that, girl? Cause you is not. This was her. She get that music on. She turn that phone on. She be, girl, we can video when we get where we going. Put that phone down. She was terrible with that driving with that phone. She had a car accident when me and her was on FaceTime.
Really?
Yes. On FaceTime with me. I think she was going to Popeyes or something. And she turned. And I think she turned before she was supposed to turn. And the person hit her. But I heard the phone drop and everything. I'm like, girl, she was terrible with the phone, I swear. But not like this, though. Not like this. Tiffany was a soldier, but not like this. It's...
Do you blame anybody?
Oh, man.
I mean, you ain't got to answer if you don't want to.
You know, I'm going to say this. Whatever lifestyle we choose to live, we live it. But in all honesty, her husband will forever be to blame for me. That's who I'll forever blame. Because people don't understand that when they do stuff, how it spills over into other people's life. You got to be accountable for your own actions. You don't want to be accountable, but you always going to be accountable for me. That's just how I always feel.
Can you forgive him?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
It's that
when you get into the mindset where you don't care, you showing that you don't care, what I need to forgive you for, ask God for that.
Is that a family feeling, or that's just...
You know, my family kind of dysfunctional, so I don't know how they feel.
Oh.
It was tough growing up. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they'll blame you for, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because of things that they may feel against you, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was gonna be the blame for me because had you not been doing what you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things could be avoided. Like you said, I don't think people can escape death. This is inevitable. Death is gonna happen. This is the way God intended her to die, whatever the case may be. But I'm human, and that's how I feel. Bottom line.
Ain't nothing gonna change that.
Oh, no. God could not stand right here in front of me and say, Willinikita, this is what this... Okay, God. But I still feel the way I feel. Like, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
You don't think at some point throughout the therapy, you don't think you pass it? Is the therapy helping?
It's helping. Oh, it done helped in some major ways. Because your mind go to wondering.
So the therapist ain't tried to talk you into the forgiveness?
Yeah.
You ain't budging?
I don't want to hear that.
You told him that? Basically.
I don't want to hear that. And he real spiritual, so sometimes I just be in there like...
Just looking.
I understand. And he came real familiar with the situation. It's a white man. He came real familiar with the situation. He went and read the article and everything. And he was just like, it just seemed like your sister was like a real. Well, first he was like, your sister was very pretty. We're like, okay, thank you. But he came familiar with the situation. You know, of course he gonna try to let you see the spiritual side of it. Like, this is God and plan. And then I'm gonna say this too. That's the only thing that done help me really get through this, just knowing that my sister's at peace now. Like, she's not worrying about nothing. She's not her being at peace. Because I knew all the things that she had to endure being on earth. Being here and dealing with people that she dealt with. A lot of things that people didn't know. My sister was a crybaby. A lot of stuff that people used to do used to hurt her and everything, but I just feel like she at peace now. Me and my niece had that talk, and my niece said the same thing. She was just like, TT, I just feel like, you know, my mama is at peace now. Like, kids be around, kids experience stuff, kids see things that go on, and I just feel like she at peace now. That's the only thing that keep you sane. Especially knowing the person and knowing everything that they went through and going through, but it's just certain things about her death that's just not gonna change for me, and that's one of them.
Before we get out of here, I just gotta appreciate you for doing this, because I don't know if I could have did it.
I barely did.
If I was in your shoes, you didn't have to, but you, like you said, you wanted to do it, and just so happened I wanted you to do it, so it was like a mutual thing. We definitely have to get you back on here for some of these debates.
Yes.
Like what happened before the show with this R&B stuff.
Please. Could Trey Songz over here, I'm telling you.
All the loyal viewers and followers and subscribers that seen me tell y'all on numerous shows, this nigga is definitely top 5.
No, he not.
Why do I gotta keep saying it? Cut. I don't even.
Cut.
I thought it was.
We're gonna get up on it.
I thought we were done debating that shit. Like,
Cut. Trey Songz.